I'm not a doctor. I don't have a psych degree. I don't have that stuff. And I found that when I picked up these books from these authors, I'm like, this is so well written. This is so well done. But I don't know what that word means. And nothing against the authors. They're doing an amazing job. I think there's just an audience out there that doesn't necessarily want to know everything wrong with them. We don't want to be fixed. We want to feel seen.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Off the Shelf. Today, I'm joined by Joey Kidney, a best-selling author, creator, podcast host, and spoken word artist. Joey has written 4 books exploring themes such as healing, self-worth, vulnerability, and emotional growth. And his latest book, Just Remember, is out now. Joey, welcome to Off the Shelf.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming all the way to Toronto.
I mean, it's not that far. I'm in Ottawa. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you for coming.
I also didn't know I was a best-selling author until like last week.
Really?
But apparently it happened in like the pre-order.
Oh my God, congratulations, first of all.
Like no one told me.
You are turning 30 this month.
Oh my.
Sorry to bring that up, but as the king of giving advice, what is something that your younger self used to worry about that your almost 30 self is like, actually, I don't care anymore?
I feel like kind of everything.
Okay.
Actually, you know what it is? It's like drama. And I feel like I can't handle drama anymore. And I think maybe it's also because I'm a new dad and I have my own life and I'm online enough where I get fed drama all the time. And it just doesn't necessarily matter or impact my life as much as I think it does. And I think we let other people's lives affect us more than we should.
Yeah. I can agree with that for sure. Yeah, because I'm trying to just live in the world where what other people are doing does not impact me.
Well, I mean, here's the thing too. They don't care about you as much as you think they do. And you don't care about them as much as you think you do.
You're right.
We're a little bit more selfish than I think we care to believe. And we just need to realize that.
Agreed.
And it's not always a bad thing, right?
No.
People hear selfish and so bad, but I don't know.
No, I think it's a better world to live in.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the beginning. You started creating content when you were 17 after a hockey injury. For anyone who hasn't heard this story, can you take us back to the beginning? How did creating content all start, and what did those early videos look like?
Oh, cringe. So cringy. I mean, I feel like anytime you start something new, it's cringy, but this was next level cringe. I was 16 years old and I was doing the 10 things guys like about girls videos, and I got 1 million views, and at the time 1 million views was a big deal, and that kind of just blew up YouTube. And then I moved to Instagram, and I just anytime a new platform opened up, I just hopped on it. And I mean, but when I first started creating content, I got a lot of I started because I was getting concussions in hockey, and I broke my leg and I broke my arm, and I was just always injured. And then at the time, doctors didn't know what to do for concussions. So they were just be in a dark room and watch nothing, say nothing, do nothing. And I was so depressed. It was so sad. I watched Ellen DeGeneres, which I know people might not like now, but at the time, it was the only thing that was on TV, and I wasn't supposed to watch TV.
Right.
But it was hard.
Hard life.
It was so hard. I couldn't look at my phone. Then eventually I just started making videos in the sense I was just recording how I was feeling. And it kind of resonated with people, and it actually blew up in my school first.
Whoa.
I didn't get as much hate as I thought I was going to get.
Yeah, because you were 16, 17?
Yeah.
I was 16 when I started too, but it was in and around COVID, but still being on social media in high school, a bit, you don't know what people are going to say.
It's terrifying. And the first person to comment was actually one of my bullies, and they were this resonated.
Wow.
And I was that's when I realized okay, I'm looking at this totally wrong on how people are treating people. And here we are.
From that moment, were you I'm going to be a YouTuber, or were you still just kind of doing it for fun? Or because you had so many concussions?
I didn't know what I was doing. Okay. I mean, I was so shy, and I still am shy. Everyone thinks oh, you talk in your bedroom to your camera, you must be the most outgoing person ever. You release it to 1 million people. It's easier for me to tell 1 million people that I don't know than it is for me to tell my family.
Fair. Yeah.
I don't know why.
I also learned that
doesn't scare me.
People your friends came to you for advice when you were younger, right? Like they were like, you were very approachable. Why
How
was
do you
that?
know this?
We did a bit of a deep dive on you. You're
Cool.
very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't drink or really party growing up really at all. I mean, I was just so shy and so introverted, but I still went because I was kind of like all of my friends. I was kind of friends with everyone. Like it was kind of like I don't know what do you call that? Like a floater, maybe.
Okay.
Social butterfly, but in like in a quiet sense.
Fair.
And so I was friends with like the popular kids, but I wouldn't necessarily just like go to the parties and be a loud voice. And I was friends with like the nerds, and then I was a hockey player, so I was friends with the jocks. So I kind of like had friends in every category, and eventually I built up the courage. I was like, okay, I got to start making like real friends and go to these parties. I don't have to drink. I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. And they all got really drunk and just came up to me and started doing heart-to-hearts. And I was like, why me? Mm-hmm. And it was very interesting. I loved it. I got to a point where I'm like, okay, you need to go to bed. Right. I need to go to bed. I need to leave. And I always do like the Irish goodbye. I always just leave. But that kind of like started it all, where I was like, I guess people feel comfortable with me. I should probably feel comfortable with myself too. So, and then I started sharing things online.
Wow. Now, fast forward to today, you have created a space where people feel really safe to be themselves. What is the most rewarding part about that and creating content about mental health?
The creating content, it's hard because you don't see how it impacts people. Like I don't see any results. It's the in-person shows and meeting people. And even if somebody, I can tell that maybe they're not having the best day, or they're super shy or introverted, or they'll just look at me and like on the streets and just say hi. And it's just like, or just a wave. And I'm like I know like you're on that side of the internet. So it's like, you don't have to say much. If I've come across your screen, I know you've probably been through a breakup. That's just like usually the main thing, or you're struggling about something, or you are looking for some encouraging words. And so creating the space I've seen more of the effect in person than I have seen necessarily online, because there's so many videos online now. There's so many creators. And even I go on there and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm making anymore. And then I do an event like I did last night, and a couple hundred people show up, and I'm like, oh, you're here. You're real. This is nice. Mm-hmm. And so that makes it mean everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, I want to talk about you. Like what a pivot. Congratulations.
Thank you.
From Dairy Queen.
I know.
To here. How did you even like think about that?
I mean, the Dairy Queen stuff happened by accident, truthfully. Like I was bored at work. I posted a video. It blew up overnight. Like I'm also very, very shy. Did not set out to do content when I was 16. The pandemic hit. I didn't really have anything else to do. It was a family business. My dad and I worked every day. I filmed my job, and I've always loved books. So when Book Talk kind of blew up in 2021, I was like, let me give this a shot. And I put out a video about books that Book Talk lied to me about. And that people loved that, because obviously they disagreed with everything I said. And it landed with people. And my last name is Book. So that's the running joke that it
God, is it actually?
Yeah, it's legally Book. Oh,
and then your first name, does it actually have two N's?
Yeah. I know. It's a simple name in theory, but also not, because no one gets the two N's and no one gets that it's Book. But yeah, legal.
No, like you for sure made a book. Like you have to.
It's right there with Morgann Book.
That's...
I know. So the running joke is that like reading
amazing.
is in our DNA. It has to.
Well, like I know, like we've never met. This is our first time meeting. But
I know.
like I'm so proud of you. I watched you
Thank
like
you.
grow, and I was like, oh, what's her next move gonna be? She's gonna like start, I don't know, decorating cakes or something, because that goes crazy on social media. But this is a crazy move. I'm so happy.
It is a bit of a crazy pivot. I don't work at the Dairy Queen anymore. I miss it sometimes. I miss the simplicity of working in customer service. I feel like everyone needs to work in customer service at least once in their life. It taught me a lot of people skills and how to be quick on my feet. And every now and then I contemplate going back to work a shift, but I'm also like, I'm living my dream in the book world. So
you don't have to.
That's the thing. I know. Even like not even to get paid, just to like go in. Because I mean, I don't know if you experience this, but working for yourself can be a bit lonely sometimes. Like I'm working in my room with my books, and I crave the human interaction sometimes.
It's a hot take, right? Like when I don't want to use the word, but like influencer or content creator, like when they complain about their job, it's usually not well received.
Right.
Mentally, it's very difficult. And I think that's just is what it is. You're sitting alone talking to a camera and you're posting it and you're trying to amp yourself up that like, hey, I'm deserving of this. Hey, this like is going to get seen. And even if it doesn't, then I'm going to post tomorrow and then that's going to get seen. And you're just like constantly having to be your own boss, your own biggest supporter. You're also your biggest hater. And I think that happens with everything in life. But then, well, you're online, so you're getting judged every single time.
You are. And I agree with you in the sentiment of like being an influencer is like, it's not a difficult job at all. Like
we make it hard.
We make it hard for ourselves.
It's easy.
We are our biggest haters sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in this social space for 14 years now.
Wow.
And I can honestly tell you that a lot of like the top creators they're just not that happy. Mm-hmm. They kind of get sucked into doing what the internet and the world likes, that they kind of lose themselves. And it's really hard to watch. And that's why you see your favorite creators just like disappear one day.
Yeah.
Because they've just had enough and it's sad and it's not talked about. And I don't encourage anyone to be a creator unless they're doing something that they actually love.
Yeah.
But then there's that tough thing, right? Like, okay, so you love reading books. Now you're obviously like creating a career out of it. And then now, okay, do you still love reading books on your own time or are you reading it because of your job? And then there's that fine line that you have to like, I don't know, maybe you do have to go on a vacation and just sit down with a book that like wasn't recommended. You're not getting paid or whatever it is. And that you actually just enjoy reading. And we have to like disconnect. And that's something that I think, well, even just like your everyday person that works a 9 to 5, like they're on their phones all the time. Like people go to the bathroom, they're on their phone. Like it's always right with us. And the biggest thing is disconnecting. Like, we need it.
Yeah, you just pulled into my brain a little bit because that's probably the like lowest on the totem pole struggle is the work reading versus the fun reading. Because I would consume 100 books a year for fun, and now I'm going through so many for, I mean, the podcast, the book club, and like things we want to like. There's so much work reading, and I absolutely cannot complain. But I miss picking up a book just for the fun of it sometimes.
Is it true that people who read a lot of books hate getting asked how they read that many books?
Oh, no, not at all.
Okay. I don't know. I was reading like a thread and they were like, people hate it. And I'm like, I'm baffled. And it's not because like, I'm like, whoa. I think it's because it's like, where do you get the time? But I'm not thinking about it like that. I'm thinking like, listen, I'm somebody with ADHD. Like, how do you do that? How do you concentrate?
I don't think I've ever taken that. I love explaining, even like I was at an event in Calgary this week and I had talked, I'm at 28 books for the year so far that I've read. And they're like, how? And I'm like, well, let me tell you. I personally, I bring a book everywhere I go. Like I have my Kobo or my Kindle in my purse at all times so that I'm not picking up my phone and doom scrolling. I'm going to pick up an e-reader. Instead, I would say like that's mainly, or like on a like commute, I listen to audiobooks on 2 times speed. Like I'm devouring a bunch of those. My first inclination is just to pick up a book when I'm bored.
That's a really good habit.
Yeah.
I have questions for you.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm pulling my phone, which is awful. Okay, I have 5.
Okay.
You can like, it can be quick.
Yeah.
1, do audiobooks count as reading?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. 2, is reading an ebook in public cool?
Yeah, of course. I think it's becoming cooler.
You see like a hot guy on a train and he has a book in his hands. Do you picture a paperback book or do you picture an ebook?
Okay, I'm picturing a paperback book.
There you go.
As he reads it in one hand.
3, do you dog ear pages or is that criminal?
I don't think it's criminal, but I personally don't do it. I do love a pristine book.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. 4, do you read a book first or watch a movie first?
Book first.
5, last one. How many books do you own that you haven't read? Yes. Got her.
God damn.
Do you own a library, which is 1,000 books?
No, I'm not at 1,000 yet. I should do a recount. The issue is I converted our spare bedroom at my house into my office / library now, which my parents very graciously allowed me to do because I ran out of room in my bedroom. My best guess was that I probably have 500, 600 maybe total between both rooms. And I've probably not read like 300, 400, maybe. But I get sent so many.
True.
I cannot keep up with it.
True.
Like I'll come home from Calgary this week and there could be like 10 more books that have been sent.
Even I get sent books, and I'm like, I had to refuse one the other day because it was like a $32 tariff. And I was like, why don't you just tell me who the author is? I'll go buy the book.
I've been hit with this a couple times. I know.
And then I sent it back, and they sent me the bill. And I was like, oh, please, no. Please, let me just go buy their book. Like, I will support them. I want to support them. Just, I don't want to support
But at like a
UPS.
bookstore and not through, the duties.
Exactly.
Are you a reader yourself? Do you like to read?
I'm dabbling. Okay, so I did not read growing up. I lied every single time that you had to read a book in like high school. Not a chance. There's no
I got to
way.
be honest. I wasn't reading books in school either. Like I was reading my fun books. I wasn't reading the curriculum books.
I wasn't reading.
I didn't like to be forced.
Yeah, I hear you. I was just like, I don't know. I was just kid. I wanted to be outside. I don't want to touch grass. Like I wanted to play with my friends.
Fair, yeah.
And I just didn't learn that way. And then as I've gotten into like this new phase of my life, I read a lot of like, I guess like self-help books.
Okay.
I'm more like at the start I was like, I want to learn something because I don't understand like reading about something that's not necessarily true. I can't separate my mind into jumping into that space. And then my son was born. And I was like, I want to connect with my inner child again. And so I started reading Harry Potter, which I know the backlash, whatever. And I just like, it was such a nice experience because obviously I've seen all the movies first, and it just brought back not just watching the movie, but going to the movie theater with my parents for the first time. Like I went to see Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, these are the memories that I wanted to like kind of think about when I was reading and notice these things. And that's been a really fun connection. And I'm doing it just because I don't know. I just really want to connect with maybe how I was raised, how I felt as a child while raising a child, and not just being like optimize my life. And
no, I get it. I don't pick up a lot of self-help books. I do love your books. I've read Just Remember, and then I read What's the Rush, I believe, I did love them both.
That was
I'm very
What's the Rush, the first one, so that's one. It's a little rough, but
no, I liked it. I read it a couple of years ago, so it was at a good time when I should have read it. But I'm very particular about the self-help books that I read, or like poetry or anything that's not fiction, because I really love fiction for like the escape that it provides.
See, that's what I'm now realizing. I just was not in my phase of life where I could do that for myself.
Yeah.
And then now I understand it.
Now, have you read Project Hail Mary?
No.
Okay.
Here's the thing. There's so much happening.
I know.
It's a movie, but when was the book released?
Oh,
like
2020?
Oh, not even that long
No,
ago.
not that long ago.
Did it just immediately become a bestseller and they were like, movie now?
From what I have understood, because I read this book last summer, I bring it up in every episode that we do.
Okay.
It's the audiobook that really hits home with people. It's narrated by Ray Porter. This is also not an ad. I feel
sponsored.
I just
Make
worked,
it an ad.
I just
Plug
worked
it.
with Audible, and I'm like, this part is not an ad. It's narrated by Ray Porter. Yeah. The way he brings this story to life is nothing I read a lot. I listen to a lot of audiobooks. It takes the cake. Like, it's absolutely incredible. Mm-hmm. And I recommend like going in blind. I know the movie is out. You got to read the book beforehand.
Have to.
Okay. Have to.
Audiobooks count as reading.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think like, I don't really get the argument for that they don't, because
I think it's just separate. I don't think it's competition.
Yeah, I would also agree with you there. But like, if I listen to an audiobook, it's going on my Fable or my Goodreads as a book consumed for that year. I won't say like, I will differentiate between like I listened to a book and I read a book, but I did consume the story one way or another.
Exactly.
And I think that's fine.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I also like, I can read faster. Like the audiobook takes me hours and hours and hours. Like I think Project Hail Mary.
Can you do like 2 times speed and stuff?
I do. But I still read
everyone just
faster.
sounds super high pitched.
Yeah. It is like once you go past 2, like it's kind of a write-off unless you're really focused on it.
You're not keeping up. There's
no
way.
Yeah. Anyway, so if you're going to take a recommendation from me, I would say Project Hail Mary is genuinely incredible. And I recommend it to so many people because I think everyone will love it.
Did you see the movie yet?
Yes, I've seen it 3 times.
Whoa. I only read the book once.
I read the book once. I saw it. Like, people knew my love for this book so much that I did a media screening like 2 months ago. Couldn't say anything about it. And then I went to the Toronto screening here. And then my parents loved the book. So they were like, well, you have to come with us to see it. So we went on a Monday night last week to go watch it with them.
Did you meet Ryan?
No, did not meet Ryan.
What are we doing?
Met everyone else. I met Andy Weir, the author, Ray Porter, the narrator, and Drew Bedard, who wrote the screenplay. I did not get to connect with Ryan.
Oh, you got to have those like nerves. You have to get those immediate sweats meeting Ryan.
I know. I know.
Okay, I will add it to my list.
Yeah.
I'm diving in. I'm also writing a new book right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a self-help book.
That's okay. I'll still read it.
I'm having a hard time describing it. It's still like, I mean, I just finished the manuscript. I'm adding a few more things and then it goes into like the copy editing and stuff. And we're working on a title and I'm just like, the self-help that I wanted to write was the opposite of pretty much what's on the shelf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I'm not a doctor. I don't have a psych degree. I don't have that stuff. And I found that when I picked up these books from these authors, I'm like, this is so well written. This is so well done. But I feel disconnected at a certain point because I don't know what that word means. I'm getting diagnosed. I'm like, I
know.
And nothing against the authors. They're doing an amazing job. And I think they're hitting all the right people in that demographic. And I think there's just an audience out there that doesn't necessarily want to know everything wrong with them.
I would agree. They don't want to be fixed necessarily.
I have a huge audience and I've done, okay, everyone's doing a course right now. And I was like, all right, I'll try a course. And nobody signed up. And I asked why. And they were like, we don't want to be fixed. We want to feel seen.
Yes.
And I'm like, thank God, I'm not here to fix you. And I'm so happy that, like, I don't know, people didn't sign up because that gave me the realization for this next book. And the best way that I can explain it is like dumbed down self-help. Because I just like, I don't think it's that hard.
No.
And I think we're making it harder than what it needs to be. And there's always a new theory. There's always a new diagnosis. And I think a lot of people have the answers already within them. And I think it's just about trying to pull that out and connect with it. I think a lot of inner child work is amazing, and I not saying anything against like therapy or doctors or anything. Like, I go to a therapist. I'm in my whole group chat on my phone is therapy content creators.
Wow.
They're all therapists, and so like they inspire me so much. They teach me so much about myself, and like I go into my therapist sessions, and she's like, you know too much. I'm like, thank you.
Also, when I go to therapy, I feel so self-aware going in sometimes where I'm like, I don't know why I'm coming, but I still am because it helps. Right. But I'm like almost like explaining to her why I'm feeling certain ways. And she's like, well, yeah. And I go, I know, but I need a little bit of help.
Yeah, give me some tough love.
Like,
tell me I'm broken. I'm the same exact way. Half of my therapy sessions, I talk about my therapist. I'm like, what's going on in your life? I don't know. I just like want to get to know. I'm like, I don't know. You getting married? You thinking about having kids? Like, where are you at?
I don't think I've ever asked. I think I get too scared to ask them anything personal.
Oh, do it.
I actually
like
literally
we're
know.
all like a little uncomfortable there, like watching your therapist get a little uncomfy, and not in a bad way. It's like in a vulnerable way. It's the best feeling ever when somebody just like you see their shoulders drop and they go like really uncomfortable and they're like, okay, wait, this is now a safe space.
I have been seeing my therapist for 2.5 years. I do not know a single thing about her. I couldn't even tell you how old she is. I have no clue. I mean,
maybe I shouldn't be saying this. Maybe
no. I have friends who ask their therapist questions. I know
my therapist's age. I know where she's going for her birthday. I know if wants kids, doesn't want kids, all the pets. I know.
I only know where she lives, the area, because she just moved practices. No, I don't know where. Damn, when do I have my next therapy appointment? I'm going to ask. Yeah. I want to ask you, when did you start writing vows for people? How did that all start?
My friend was getting married and she was writing her own vows, and she didn't ask me to write her vows, but she was like, when I was researching writing when she was researching writing her own vows, she was like, I found other people that were offering that service. And she was like, you should definitely do it. I'm like, no one's going to buy vows for me. No one wants me to write their vows. And then one day I was like, why not? And I did get a DM. I've gotten DMs about it before. And I was like, I'm going to give it a go.
Wow.
And I've done 150
Holy crap.
of them for regular everyday folk, and then also some celebrities and some influencers
That's great.
that I can't say, but
Right, of course,
yeah,
of course.
it's been
Whoa.
amazing.
How does it work? Like, do they send you some things about themselves, their partner, and then you kind of just like go for it?
Okay. I do it very simply. I give them a form. They fill out a form. In there, I just ask, like, I don't know, how long you've been dating, when's the wedding date, pronouns, names, because some people don't include the names. It was just wild. So I like all these things I'm like including on my second draft. And then I tell them, give me everything about your love story that you want to share. And then any like extra details, humor that doesn't make sense, like give me all of that. And then I'll go from there, and just I now have written so many that I have a kind of like this format, and I jump into that. But I mean, sometimes I get like a book of description and details, and then sometimes I get one sentence.
Whoa.
And I know that the people that send in one sentence, they just want something that sounds like me, and sometimes that's really fun. And then some people who send in the book, they want something very, very specific, and that's also a lot of fun. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, because once there's too much back and forth, like, I'm not telling you that I'm gonna write necessarily like your perfect vow for
Exactly.
you. I want you to take this and now make it your own. I don't know how you read. And I think that's like what a lot of people don't understand when writing like these speeches. And I started this because I went to my cousin's wedding. He asked me to do a speech, and I was so scared. Like, there's no way. And I just, like, when I was writing, I kind of just made it poetic. I kept it short, I kept it sweet, and I kept it full circle. So if, like, I don't know if you're ever gonna get married one day,
Okay.
a beautiful thing to do is end with the same thing that you started with. Make it kind of like a full circle moment. That way you also like don't lose yourself when saying it, because it's the most nerve-wracking thing ever to read in front of a family or try to memorize it. And it's been really, really fun, really weird. And I love that it's weird.
Do you ever feel, I think you already kind of answered this, because they often like will go and change it in their own words. But do you ever feel the pressure to like get it right? Or are you just kind of doing what feels right to you?
I do what feels right to me, and I try my best to understand their vision from how many details they've sent me. And there are revisions and stuff, so we do find that. And oftentimes, like I say that I'm just going to write you one vow and then do a revision, but oftentimes somebody's like in between whether I want it like romantic and poetic, like Confessions of Love style, or they want it storytelling. And some people want both, but it's not hitting. And so what I'll do is I'll write the one that they suggested first, and then if I find that they're not really feeling it, then I just write them two different versions. I'm like, here's a poetic one and here's a storytelling one.
Wow.
Now make this your own, because this is your day, and I'm so happy to be a part of your day, but I still need this to be yours to feel comfortable reading it. Yeah.
I think that's so incredible. I have another deep hidden fact about you. Maybe it's not
Yeah.
so, but I know you're friends with Elle Mills, and I know that she inspired you to embrace being a fan.
Yeah.
Who are you fans of lately, or what are you fans of lately? Whether it's creators, people, movies, TV shows. What are you a fan of right now?
I guess like I'm a fan, not necessarily of, I guess, like what's happening in the world, but like I'm a fan of you.
Thank you.
I'm a huge fan of you. I'm a fan of like the pivot that you've done. And I think like what Elle Mills taught me is like, it's okay to just be like super excited about somebody and not be so worried about how that looks and how, I don't know, how that feels. Like I like you can make somebody feel really embarrassed, but you can also make them feel really, really happy. And like, that's the best feeling in the world. And like, anytime somebody comes up to me and says hello, I'm like, that was amazing. Even if it was 5 seconds, even if it was a minute, whatever it is, I was like, that.
It does hit you. It really
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but like things I'm loving right now, The Pit,
Same. Oh my God. I haven't watched last night's episode though. Have you?
I haven't either.
Okay. Okay.
I'm like, I was trying to think of like specific people. I'm like, all I'm thinking about is the pit right now. I'm loving it.
Did you watch it with season 1 last year, or are you new to it?
Oh no, I'm OG.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I did start season 1 when there was already maybe 5 episodes out.
I was also in the same boat. I didn't hit it right when it came out, but enough where I was still getting the weekly cadence.
Oh man, I was happy that way though. I like binged it.
I know.
Yeah.
But do you like when all the episodes drop at once, or do you like a weekly cadence?
No, I like weekly cadence.
Me too.
Because then, I mean, you get the choice. And okay, controversial. I don't care about spoilers.
Oh.
Here's why.
Yeah, do share.
If somebody's spoiling it, it's good. It's probably good.
Yeah, I would agree.
We're still talking about it. And that makes me more excited. I mean, I don't choose to necessarily read every spoiler, but if one pops up or if somebody's like, oh my God, like that part in a movie or that part in a book, I'll read more books. I'm like, yeah, that sounds awesome. Like, I can't wait to get there. And then like you're reading or watching the movie and you're like, okay, wait, when's it going to happen? And then I don't know. It's like, and like it's a point that you're like kind of excited to hit.
I would agree with you there. Like, I'm not mad when I see spoilers because I'm well aware I'm doing it to myself. And I also get accused of spoiling shit all the time because I have to, like, especially with adaptations, like The Pit is nice because I don't talk about it on my platforms. Like, I talk about it here on the pod, but I'm not like creating content around it. Like, that's just kind of for me. But anything adaptation based, I'm watching it and I'm creating a video pretty much that day. And always the top comment is like, you just spoiled this for me. But I'm like, I know there are diehard adaptation lovers out there who have already watched this before I did. Yeah. And I need to hit it in that same day it came out.
I mean, you can't expect everybody to be at the same spot as you.
No, of course not.
You're always going to spoil.
That's why I do love the weekly cadence, because it allows us all to like kind of chat about it throughout the week as everyone is watching it.
Yeah. I mean, I did go on, what's it called, Threads this morning, and I saw stuff about
I'm not
the
on
pit.
Threads.
What?
I'm a bit. It feels like Twitter, so I'm a bit scared of it.
It's the nicer Twitter,
right?
No one's gonna yell at you there. And yeah, an actress is leaving, and then one is becoming a regular in season 3 that I saw.
Oh, who?
Dr. Mohan is leaving.
She's leaving? Oh
yeah.
no!
Was I supposed to tell you this? Apparently. Because I mean, there's been hints to it, right? Because she, her residency, not knowing where she wants to go.
Right. Yeah. Because
Robbie being like, you should just work with old people.
Geriatrics. Right.
Yeah. And then who's kind of like, I don't know if it's like a replacement.
Okay.
It's not because she's her own character. The woman that is on the night shift, that's really badass.
Oh. Yes.
I don't know her name.
I don't know her name either, but I do like her.
The show moves fast.
It does.
Like, I know your face. Let's keep going.
Yeah. I want to talk about Just Remember. Mm-hmm. Can you chat a little bit about like what this book is about? Why did you want to write it?
It kind of goes back to like what I was kind of talking about with self-help. And I think we need to be a little bit easier on ourselves. And just remember, I mean, when you pick it up in stores, you're going to open it, you're going to be like, there's not much going on in this. But when you sit with it, and it's a type of book that you can flip to any page, and you'll read something that will hit you. It'll feel like in a little way, but if you're in the right mindset, in the right space, it'll hit you. You'll feel it in a bigger way. Mm-hmm. And it's filled with just kind of like, I call them daily reminders. I started posting it on TikTok maybe 4 years ago, of just these little quotes that I was writing, and my notes app is filled.
Is that where your brain goes to the notes app?
Yeah. The shower, I have my phone in the shower the entire time. Like,
wow.
I'm writing. I don't know. It just comes to me and I'm like, I need to grab my phone and write this down. And so, but half of my phone is filled with half written notes. Mm. And I'm like trying to write a poem or a prose and really expand on it. And I'm just like, this thought is done. Mm. And it's like 4 lines. But that's all it needs to be. And so it's just like things like, just remember that your younger version of you is proud of you today.
I like
of
that
how
one.
far you've come. And that's the one that kind of kicked everything off. And I was like, okay, wait, these are helping a lot of people, because I think, especially like we're scrolling through so much content nowadays that you don't need to watch a 3-minute video of me. like explaining your life. No, you need to have a 15 seconds to realize where you are and realize something that you need to appreciate a little bit more. And that's kind of what the book, I don't know.
I think
It's hard to explain when it's been
it
out
is,
for a
but
year now. But
now
yeah.
that I have read the book in full, I think despite the like lower word count, it has a much bigger impact than a lot of other books that I have read. At the beginning of the book, you talk about how it's not meant to be read all at once, and it doesn't even need to be read in order. So if someone picks up this book today, how would you recommend they go about reading it?
It's meant to be in your tote bag, your bedside table. Just flip to a page. It's supposed to be not that serious. And if you don't like the page and it doesn't apply to you right now, flip to another one. And then when you are going through a different phase in life, open it up again. You're going to forget. We don't remember a lot of things that we read or that we watch.
Yeah.
And that's why it's meant to be an easy read, because I don't want people to open it up and be like, okay, 15 pages. Here we go. No, I want you to just read this, and it can take you 5 seconds. I think you can probably read the book in 5 minutes. And I don't want that to sound like it's like super silly and super dumb, but I think that's kind of like the whole point of it too, is it's just little things that you are meant to remember.
Yeah. Now, despite like the order not necessarily mattering to the reader, when you were writing it, was the first or the last just remember intentional for you as the author?
I gotta see what the last one was. I'm the type of writer, I forget everything that I write.
Okay.
And the reason why is because then if I go back and read it and I'm like, that was good, I keep it. And if it wasn't good, I take it out.
I think the last one does say end.
It's an ending one.
Yeah.
Yeah, just remember, when something comes to a close, it doesn't mean it is the end. Life is just making room for a whole new beginning. It's just one of those that's like, you're like, that was nice.
Can you talk a little bit about why traditionally publishing this one is a much bigger deal than self-publishing the other three?
To be able to walk into a store and see it on the shelf is such an amazing feeling. And it's, I mean, you have the section in Indigo.
I do.
Like, are you not amazed every time you walk in?
It's a bit of a pinch me moment every time I see it or someone takes a photo of it. I know, because I love your videos where you were like, go and see your book in the Indigo that you, or the chapters you grew up going to. And that's the same way. Like, there's been the same Indigo that I grew up going to with like my allowance money when I was a kid. And seeing my books there, not my books, but my favorite books, is just so surreal.
Yeah, what's funny is so I guess, like, I don't want to call it the difference between my self-published and traditionally published is when I was self-published, I would get all the notifications on my watch when a book was sold. And that was like, I don't know, that sounds like super weird, but like that was awesome. It was so cool.
Of course.
It wasn't even about the dollar amount. It was just like, I know your name. I know where in the world you're from. This is amazing. I'm able to see the numbers. This book, I don't get to see any numbers really. And I don't know the names. And I just like, it's not immediate stats and analytics as to what I'm used to. And so it's a little bit different, but the way that I kind of been keeping track of it in Ottawa is I'll go to all the bookstores and I'll sign all the books, and then a week or two goes by and I go back to all the bookstores and all the signed books are usually gone and they're restocked with ones that aren't signed. And I'm like, I have more to sign. And that's kind of just like how I'm like, okay, it's doing okay. It's doing okay.
That's pretty cool.
And then I didn't know that it was a bestseller until for my next book, they were like, when we were writing your author bio, why are you not putting best-selling author? And I was like, you tell me. I don't know. So it was pretty surreal.
Yeah, for sure. Are there any misconceptions about healing that you wanted to maybe correct with this book or even in your content?
There's no right way to go about healing. And I find it has like its sister, which is like grief. And I wrote about grief in this book. And actually at my signing yesterday, somebody came up to me and they were like, the way you write about grief is really amazing. And what's interesting is that I haven't experienced much grief in my life. And I knew that I wanted to write about it in the book because I get a lot of messages about it. And I didn't necessarily know how to, because I haven't lost that many people in my life. But I've lost a lot of friends. I've lost a lot of relationships. I've lost a lot of animals. I've lost a lot of like these ideas, and there's different forms of grief, and how we heal from that is different, and we're all doing it in such a different way. And I know there's like these, I'm guilty of it. I've made the guide to a breakup, and that's a certain form of grief, and like we can follow those steps. You're gonna take your own path. You can take things from people and apply them to how you're feeling, and maybe you can make it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
You're still gonna go through it.
Yeah.
You're still gonna cry in the shower. You know, you're still gonna like be reminded by the smell. You're still gonna go through these certain things, and you're gonna find your own way back. And I think what's important is kind of that you're worrying about it. If you're worried that you are gonna find your way back, if you settle in it and you're like, I'm not worried. This is where I am now. I would worry then. But if you are concerned about, okay, I want to get better, that's important. That's a really strong sign of healing, even if it feels like you know you're looking down a black hole. There is a light in the end of the tunnel there.
I think that's the perfect way to say it. Some of our listeners, if you're up to give some advice, we asked some of our listeners what they're currently struggling with right now.
Nice.
Some shorter, just like
nice. I'm so interested in like what people are going through and how they think about it.
Okay.
And everything. So I'm in.
We've got 5 here. They're a bit shorter because we did it through like obviously the question bubble on Instagram, keeping it all anonymous. With the first one being, my boyfriend broke up with me a week after talking about getting married.
I would love to know where they are at right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't have any other information about how old, where they are in life, but
I'd be so curious if they're back together. I find every relationship goes through a breakup. And especially like when you're talking about something so big, I think a guy's brain, and I'm guilty of it. I'm with the love of my life now, and she gave me the beautiful gift of a baby. But like I broke up with her for like 2 weeks, and I was like, because it was moving so fast, and it wasn't even that it was moving fast. It was my head was moving faster than my body, and I think a lot of guys get really, really scared from that, and they're just like, you know what? I don't deserve this. It's not going to get better. I'm bad for them. End it. It's easier. I'll play the bad guy, and they'll just go through that. And I think, I don't know. It's kind of like a open-ended question, I think.
Yeah. What advice would you have for men who feel their brain going too fast to maybe avoid the breakup?
I mean, you have to communicate with your partner and say, hey, I don't necessarily think it's going too fast. It just feels that way right now. Like I want to get married. I want to have kids. I want to buy a house. I want to do all these things, but maybe can we just plan a weekly dinner every week and just go to a restaurant? Like try to do something more routine based first. Maybe it's moving into an apartment together. Find a new apartment. Don't move into the current apartment. That's super important. Girlfriends, get a drawer at your boyfriend's apartment. You deserve it. You don't need to be packing a weekend bag. I don't care. Situationships are a lie. What are we doing?
Yeah.
You deserve to be in a relationship. You deserve to be loved and all of that. And so the guys just do the little things. I go back to the little things. I know it can be very scary, but you also don't have to follow the routine. Like my partner and I, we're not married. We decided to buy a house and have a baby first. And a lot of people are like, well, why wouldn't you just go to City Hall if you don't want to like spend the money? It's like, well, no, I don't. It's not that I don't want to spend the money. I want it to be a special moment. But we're both self-employed. We're in a position where we could afford a house at that time. So we're like, let's not have a party and let's go buy a house.
I get it. I do not want a huge wedding. Like I love the idea of people eloping even. Like times are changing. I don't think we need to spend 50 grand on a wedding.
No.
Like that's crazy.
No. I mean, I'm also like, I wouldn't say I'm in the wedding industry, but like the Vows kind of are.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, but like she's a florist. And so she's a wedding florist. So we're going to weddings all the time, and I'm helping her out and everything. So like we're very present in that. And I was just like watching my parents get older, or her mom get older, and I was like, I feel like the greatest gift we can give you right now is a child. And like, I want to watch that. I don't want us to all stress and then get really heated and not like each other because we're trying to plan this one party. And that's just not who we are. We're homebody people.
Yeah.
And so the advice to guys is kind of just, you're allowed to go in a different direction and take a different path. And you just definitely need to communicate. Like, guys are not talking enough. And not just to other guys, to their women,
Yeah,
whoever they're in a relationship with.
I would agree. All right. I'm trying to be friends with my ex, and it's really hard because I love him. What do I do?
You can't be friends with your ex.
No, I know. I really love no contact. I think it works. Yeah. I have blocked many people in my life if they are not serving me anymore. And it makes it so much easier because, and not even because like I don't want them to know what I'm up to. It's because I don't need to go check up on what you're doing anymore. And yeah, I don't think you can be friends with an ex.
What about like 10 years down the line?
With an ex? I can't speak on that because I'm only 22.
Right.
I haven't had an ex like that.
I don't think it can be a strong friendship. I don't think it can be a friendship where you're inviting them over to your house type of thing. But I think it can be like cordial. I think it can be.
Yeah. I think it depends on how it ended as well. Yeah. But you see divorced parents who are still great friends, whether it's for the sake of their love that they used to have for each other or their kids. But I mean, it's possible. I'm speaking on behalf of where I'm at in my life right now, where I don't have kids or anything.
I don't necessarily think that we get over exes.
No, I don't
think they're always with us. There's always going to be a soft spot, no matter how poorly it ended or whatever it was. But yeah, I don't. The tough love is like you're getting used.
Yes.
To fill a space and a void, and it's leaving you emptier than you went into the situation with. So I'd probably just stay away.
Keep your distance from an ex for right now, I would say. Yeah. Okay. I'm returning to work after having a baby. I am struggling to juggle having a career and being a mom. I mean, you just had a kid.
I mean, my partner had our baby, and she is a superwoman. There's no advice that I could give as a man to a mom. And that's just like the hard truth. And it actually took me a while to realize that. Especially like in my self-help era, I was like, okay, no, we can just like problem solve and do this. Postpartum is nuts. No guy will ever understand postpartum. Yeah. You have to just be there to listen. You can offer, you can push in like a minuscule amount to be like, let's go for a walk. Let's get some fresh air. Little things. Let's see some friends, whatever it is. But like for the mom, you're doing an amazing job. Yeah. And I think that's all you need to hear. And I don't think you need to necessarily be doing any better. You shouldn't be beating yourself down. You push the friggin' child out. Yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing. And you should be proud. And like, it's so frigging hard. And I went to coffee with a bunch of creatives and there was a mom there and she was like, I went through just postpartum depression. And I'm like, it's not talked about enough.
I know.
And I think it definitely needs to be talked about more. And it shouldn't be talked about by me. It should be talked about by other mothers, two other mothers. And just to the mom, you're doing a great job no matter what direction you go and how you get there or how long it takes you to get there. If you're raising a happy child and you're feeling okay with it and you're doing a good job.
I think that's the best way to say it. I'm a grade 11 student stressing about university. I don't know where to go and I don't know what program to do.
Did you go to university?
Yeah.
What'd you take?
For political science at McMaster. And I loved it. I loved it. But I'm not in law school right now. I'm not doing anything in politics.
Yeah.
So I think it's tough. I definitely have a lot of mixed feelings about post-secondary. I think high school pushes it onto students when it's not always. I think we're moving in the right direction of going to business for ourselves, going to college. I don't think university is the answer for everyone. That's my take.
I think that's a great take.
Yeah.
And I think it's just so different. I mean, I went to college because I had to.
Okay.
My parents really wanted me to have a plan B. However, I went for interactive multimedia design,
Interesting.
which is essentially what I do.
Right.
It's editing, photography, all of that stuff. And it was kind of just like a backup, a piece of paper that was like, hey, I actually know what I'm doing. And I mean, I worked my internships and I did my things. But I was working the job that I'm working now when I went to
Me too.
college. So I think there's just so much room to pivot. And I think it's tough when we have like our parents that are pushing us a lot to go to things. High school pushes you a lot. You don't have to, but I do think you need a plan. I don't think you can just be like, I'm going to take a year off and do nothing. You will lose yourself.
Yes.
There is that nice push from high school. There's the push from our parents. There's the push from going to college because we wake up and we have a plan. When you graduate, you get nothing.
Yes.
You are left with nothing. You don't know what to do on a Monday.
There's no syllabus telling you how the semester is going to be lined up. Yeah.
There's nothing. And you're just going to have to figure it out. And so you're going to have to start making plans for yourself. So if you get the pamphlet and they say all the courses and stuff that you could take and the degrees and everything. And if nothing's sparking your interest, look elsewhere. Mm-hmm. I would say.
Yeah, I would say. And what I struggled with in my last 2 years of high school, and it was COVID, was don't let your friends influence what you were going to do. I struggled a lot. I was in a very academic, nerdy friend group in high school, and they were all going the medicine route. And I took a law class and I absolutely loved it. And I was like, actually, I think I want to go into law. And I was still creating content at the time, but I wasn't at the pivotal moment where I was like, oh, this could be a career. Mm-hmm. And I got a lot of pushback from some friends. And they were like, no, if you don't go into medicine, you're going to fail. Because my parents are entrepreneurs. They were like, don't go to school. They told me to drop out several times because of content and everything. But it was important to me to get that piece of paper. I don't know why.
You had parents tell you to drop out to make content?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, which again,
they weren't scared?
No. They weren't because I was at a point where I was launching a new company and they did probably jokingly say quite a bit why don't you just drop out? Because I think it wasn't serving me. I wasn't excited to go the first 2 years taught me a lot. The third year I was like, I'm ready to be done. This isn't serving me in what I want to do with my life. I had 2 really great friends in uni and that was it. And I took a lot of online classes because I was traveling all the time for work.
Right.
I was never there. So they were supportive.
School was almost just an obstacle.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Good for you. Good for your parents too.
Mm-hmm.
Your parents are still together?
My parents are still, they're very supportive.
That's
yes.
amazing.
Yeah, they're great. But again, neither of them went to school. So they weren't.
I mean, that's so hard to find. I mean,
it is.
Support in your family, I feel like is a huge struggle for a lot of people.
I know.
And my parents weren't crazy about me making content. Also, at the time, it wasn't something that people were doing. But I got my first YouTube check, and that changed everything. It was 35 cents.
Wow. But a check nonetheless.
My name was on it. Yeah, I still had to get a job. I worked as a hockey skating coach.
Wow, okay.
And I worked in the produce section at a grocery store. And here's what's crazy. I was making more money from YouTube at the time than I was going to work. But I went to work to make my mom happy at the time. But now I'm sitting back and I'm realizing okay, that's not really why I went. I went because my friends worked there.
Oh, okay. But working with your friends at that age is so fun.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
I ate so much of the produce in the back. I was chomping on snap peas.
Oh
yeah.
Okay.
Gosh.
Yeah. I agree with you on the gap year. If you're going to take a gap year, and I am pro gap year with a plan.
Do a passion project.
Get a part-time job, get work, just have something that gets you out of bed every single morning. Because I think you could fall into the trap of, I don't want to use the word laziness because that's not it. But it's just so helpful to have a plan in place.
It's kind of you fall into a self-discovery wheel that never ends.
Yeah, just try a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but you just have to try things.
Yeah.
And that's actually the motto in my house is I don't care if you fail at it. I don't care if you suck at it. All you have to do is just try.
My
And
parents were the same.
it just shows, it has nothing to do with actually you trying. It shows your partner, it shows your loved ones that you're putting in effort, that, hey, I see you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to try. I'm going to try for you. I'm also going to try for me.
Yes.
And that's amazing.
Yeah. So I think the final advice for this one is don't follow what you think is right. Don't take a university course because you feel forced to do it, whether it's your friends, your parents, your school. Just,
Listen to that gut. Your gut's always right.
I would agree.
And don't let it go to your head.
Yeah.
Once your head starts thinking for your gut, you're going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I would agree. Okay, last one. I am struggling to make friends as an adult.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we got.
Same, dude. Same.
It's tough. It's really, really hard.
It is hard. I mean, you have to go places where
I was
there's
going to
people.
say, yeah.
You have to join a run club. You got to join a community. I think joining a book club is huge. I think that's amazing. You would learn so much about somebody just by like learning maybe like how they read, what they thought about when the author wrote this versus what you thought about it. Go to a run club, and there's so many different like paces that you can run with, and people are so intimidated, but I promise you that if you're scared, they're just as scared.
Yes.
If you're nervous, they're just as nervous. They're meeting somebody new for the first time just as you are. And that's the hurdle that someone, whether it's you or another person, has to take. But we can't do that if we stay home.
I know. Yeah. Okay, well, that was all the advice that we needed to give. Amazing. Thank you for coming on. Last question. I know we chatted about what you're writing next, but can you say anything else about like release date, any other fun projects that you're working on? What does your year look like?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few passion projects that I have in the background. There's one I'm working with an animator in Ottawa.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I've always like really loved the little animation that we see on Instagram, and like I think it would pair well with Just Remember, and I kind of wanted to create like my own little character, and so that's on in the background now. So that might be coming up soon, and then I mean, I'm reading a lot of like children's books right now, so like my notes app is filled with like writing children's books, and then maybe it ties together with the animation. That becomes
incredible.
Something. So like it's just trying a bunch of different things, and then with the new book, I think we're going with a launch around New Year, New Me era, so Christmas time maybe.
Wow. Incredible. Congratulations on everything. Congratulations on being a dad. I know that was last year, but
it's a wild experience.
I'm proud of you.
Do you see yourself with kids?
Yes, but not for a while.
You're young.
But yeah, I would love to.
You don't need to rush.
A mom. Yeah. Thank you for coming on and chatting.
Thank you.
I'm so happy we got to meet in person after years of being mutuals on social media. I feel like.
I know. I'm happy I'm here. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And thank you all for listening to Off the Shelf.